Namaste. So yesterday we ended with our plank pose. I told y'all today that we would transition from our plank to our Chaturanga Dandasana. Basically what that means is Chaturanga means four-limbed. So four-limbed Dandasana means staff. So it's like a push-up. And it's basically like a tricep push-up. You're going to be engaging your hamstrings, your quads, your abdominals, your wrists, your shoulders. This is a very strong pose. So if you're finding that you're going to have trouble holding your body weight up, just stay in plank. Plank is a good place to start. Do planks 5 to 10 minutes every day, and you'll be able to do chaturangas in no time. Chaturanga, it takes a lot out of you. So some contraindications to chaturanga is going to be carpal tunnel syndrome. So if you have carpal tunnel syndrome, do not do it. If you have any shoulder issues, any rotator cuff issues, don't do them. Make sure you've warmed up really well before you try the pose. All of these poses are meant for you to do after you've warmed up. Don't come into them cold. You will hurt yourself. If you are pregnant, do not do this pose at all. This is not the pose for you. May the fourth be with you. So if you're pregnant, don't do this pose. So after we transition from plank to chaturanga, we're going to go into our upward dog. So that's how our flow is going to be when the first time we get to flow together. We're going to go from downward dog to plank to chaturanga to downward dog. So let's get started with our chaturanga first, okay? So remember, if you can't do it, stay in your plank. If not, we'll do a half chaturanga, and I'll show you how to do a half chaturanga after we get done doing the full chaturanga. So, we're going to start in our plank position. Make sure you're evenly spaced, okay? Push back with your first leg. Push back that leg. Pull the booty up. Have a nice little spine. Whenever you get ready, come forward. You're going to keep your arms right at your sides. Do not let them splay out. You're going to come down. And I'm too close to my couch. That was Chaturanga. I'm going to turn around, see if that makes it a little easier. I'm going to start in plank, come forward, awesome. I like to stretch my back out a little. Alrighty, so for half chaturanga, get in your tabletop position. Make sure your toes are curled. Just come forward. Keep your arms at your side. And then come back up. That is your half chaturanga. So, as you can see, it took a lot out of me doing it. It's a workout to do Chaturanga, Dandasana, and then upward dog on top of that here in a second. These are very muscle engaging. Like I said, your quadriceps, your hamstrings, your calves, your glutes, your abdominals, your shoulders. The next one is really going to put some pressure on your lower spine. So if you have any lower back problems, upward dog might give you some trouble. Upward dog might give you some trouble if you have wrist problems. Once again, if you're pregnant, have carpal tunnel syndrome, have any shoulder issues. I do have some shoulder issues because, you know, we live in a world where we're stressed all the time. We walk around like that. And that's the thing about Chaturanga. The essence of Chaturanga is the struggle. It's the struggle of life. And once you master the essence of Chaturanga, you pretty much are able to go with the flow of life, because that is one of the hardest things that you can do sometimes. So let's go and do some upward dog now. So we're going to go from plank to Chaturanga to upward dog. And like I said, if you're pregnant, carpal tunnel, any of those, do not do this, okay? Let's start in our plank. There we go. And then shoulders right over wrists, down into your Chaturanga. You're going to hold. Put your toes down. You want your knees off the mat. You want your shoulders open. You want your gaze. I say if your neck can handle it, go ahead and lift up. If not, have a nice little gaze forward. We do want our shoulder blades trying to come together. We do want to press our hands, the weight into the hands, not the wrists. So that way you don't go like that or collapse down into like that. If you have to collapse, go ahead and do it and don't fight it. So that is upward dog. So have a soft gaze when you're doing it. Keep that chest open. Push your shoulder blades together. Really try to lengthen that spine. Really try to bend that back whenever you're doing this, because an upward dog is your precursor to the back bends. I realize you can't see me now. So it's the precursor to our back bends. So when you're pushing, you really want to open up that chest and really try to push those shoulder blades together. You don't want this, okay? You want your knees up off the floor. So let's see what that'll look like again. You want the tops of your feet, So you want the tops of your feet to be on the floor as well. So say you've done plank, you've done everything, and you've transitioned. So see, push those knees up as best you can. Really try to lengthen that spine. Don't let your ears go like that. Don't put the weight in your wrist, put it in your hands. And you'll feel it when you put it in your hands, because it'll lift you back up. Woo, it's a doozy. To come out of it, it's super easy. Just put your knees down. And then if you want, stretch that back out. Come into your wide child. Woo! Because definitely when you're working with upward dog, like I said, upward dog is your precursor to help you with your back bends, because you're going to want to be doing some back bends and some heart openers when we start talking about chakras and fun stuff like that. You need to kind of counter those. So if you're doing a lot of back bend stuff, you need to do some forward folds. Um, there's not many ways that you can modify a bird dog. You can do it on your knees like you did a downward dog, or you can just leave your legs laying flat. That's something called the dolphin. So if you're doing a dolphin, this is what the dolphin looks like, or cobra. So this is a cobra, which you can go into if you don't want to do upward dog. You can do your cobra. And that's just putting your thighs and your knees on the ground. Okay? So, y'all know we're like super, super close to doing a whole big flow soon, right? I'm super excited. I haven't decided what we're going to do tomorrow, but more than likely, it will probably be one of the warriors, either warrior 1 or warrior 2, or mountain pose, Tendasana. So we'll see which one I decide on whenever I work through my flow here in a minute, see which one I like. All right? Namaste. Thank you for being here with me today. My cats were being nice. This is my third time to video this because they all wanted to come over and check out what I was doing. They were cracking me up. My woolest one was like trying to beat up the thing. So, see you guys tomorrow. Come and check out my YouTube and watch videos on there if you got your YouTube channel, and see me on my page. Bye guys.